Guy Demutis. Welcome, Guy. Guy runs our Event of a Lifetime program globally, and it'll probably make a little bit more sense once my remarks continue. But I'd like to thank you on behalf of the man that really put this event together 5 years ago, our Chief Executive, Michael Flaskey, who couldn't be with us here this morning. This has been his vision, and we've seen the event grow to new heights over the past 5 years. And on behalf of Mike and our president, Ken Siegel, they wish us all a great morning. And this is the official kickoff to the 2019 Diamond Resorts Tournament of Champions. The event itself used to be called the Diamond Resorts Invitational. And it was truly invitational because we had stars from not only the LPGA, but we had stars from the PGA Champions Tour, and of course, amazing celebrities and champions out of the world of sports and entertainment. Excuse me. The event changed fundamentally going into 2019 here because it'll actually be a world championship of sorts. It'll bring in 35 champion ladies that have won an event over the course of 2017 or 18. It'll be a no-cut event for the 35 players, and they will play for $1.2 million over a 4-day period. The event will be televised live on the Golf Channel on Thursday and Friday. There'll be an hour lead-in on Saturday and Sunday, and then we are super pleased to report we have a 3-year agreement, both with the LPGA and NBC, to broadcast live following weekend for 2 hours on prime time on Saturday and 2 hours prime time on Sunday. So for us to take this event from what was primarily regional coverage to a world championship on NBC, it is going to truly be remarkable. And we have found that it's all about the people that we have brought together. The fun thing about this moment for me, 3 or 4 of these great folks up here have been friends for over 20 years, so they've got to see it grow themselves over the last 5 years, and I'm sure they'll have some
and painful,
colorful remarks. Exactly. I would be remiss if I didn't say that at Diamond Resorts we are a lodging company and a timeshare company, but our core tenet is we've built on a platform of sports and entertainment, so that we can do this kind of event once a year, along with the 3,000 other events we do throughout the globe. This is really the crown jewel for us. And Mike Flaskey likes to say that vacations are not an option, they are mandatory, and they are mandatory to healthy living, and certainly we like to put our best foot forward from an event standpoint. So it's a great fit for our 7,000 employees worldwide, and we hope you come out and see us in January. The event is in Orlando at the beautiful Tranquilo Resort on the property of the Four Seasons, and it's January 14 through 20, 2019. The ladies are still qualifying at this point. With 6 events remaining, kind of in a pickle, 34 ladies have already qualified for the 34 spots, which means they've had some really fantastic, unique winners. And those winners so far represent 9 different countries worldwide. So we're really pumped about the diversity of the event. And with the 45 celebrities that we will add to the field, it's going to be amazing. As I mentioned earlier, the ladies will play for $1.2 million, which is one of the biggest purses in the entire year. It's an official event, and it will be the first event of the year. And the 45 celebrities will be playing for a separate purse with Stableford Scoring for $500,000. So it's amazing. And between these folks up here, we've been able to raise over $3 million for the Florida Hospital for Children over the last 5 years. So that's what it's all about. So let's get to the stuff y'all came here to talk about today. First of all, I made a joke that the golfers in the room will make sense to. This young lady, I'm proud to announce as a new Diamond Resorts celebrity, she would be equivalent in Canada to Brooke Henderson. Brooke Henderson has been the Female Athlete of the Year 2 out of the last 3 years playing golf in Canada. And this young lady is coming off tours with Keith Urban and Brad Paisley and among other huge acts. And she is about to make it big here in the United States. Let's welcome Lindsay Ell.
Thank you so much.
Lindsay, by the way, will be performing a private show tonight here at the Foundry, which will be an event of a lifetime for Diamond that is private to our owners and members. So some of you will be fortunate enough to attend that tonight. So my next guest is like a brother to me. We've been friends for a long, long time. We've had some great experiences. He is a Diamond celebrity ambassador and has been so for the past 4 or 5 years. And it's amazing. He takes our owners and members on money can't buy experiences on the field before the game, chalk talking at dinner before, and then of course the beloved Redskins. But this individual earned the Super Bowl MVP in Super Bowl 26. I'm learning how to read Roman numerals as I go. He is not only a fantastic football player, he's an unbelievable human that has done so much great work for the young children in the Pacific Northwest through his foundation. On the golf side of things, he is a 2-time winner of the American Century Celebrity Championship and an amazing golfer. Mark, welcome here. This is Mark Rypien, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Brian. Good on.
Gosh, I'm going on and on and on. This former NHL star, the man to my left here, an 18-year veteran. And it's going to be exciting for him to share some tidbits about the tornado that Las Vegas went through last year with your Golden Knights. And he would know. He's a 9-time All-Star, one of the most prolific scorers in the history of the NHL. He is a hoot, both on and off the golf course. He has flown here to spend a very few hours with us today. He is a great friend, a great man. Please welcome Jeremy Roenick. This guy is something else. He is Mr. Clutch, and not only Mr. Clutch in his illustrious career in the NFL, he's a friend when you need him. He'll do anything. First thing he comes in for a charity event, he says, "When do I see the kids? When do I go to the hospital?" Could care less about the golf until it starts. Could care less about the parties, but if you need him, he'll be here. He called me last night, was doing a charity event in St. Louis. Yesterday he said, "I've got a problem." There was a cancellation of his flight. But when I came down the lobby this morning at 7:30, having my excuses in order for all you, there he was standing there, and he'll fly out in 3 hours. He's a great person. He's again, we like who we do business with. He is a Heisman Trophy winner. He won a national championship. He was Super Bowl MVP of Super Bowl 18. He won every award possible in the NFL, and he is winning every award possible now as a husband and a father. He's just a great man and a great friend. Please welcome Marcus Allen.
Thanks, Brian.
He's about to tear up. Okay, let's real quick. This lasts about 3 minutes. It's a quick little sizzle reel on the event. Then we'll get to some questions. Roll it when ready.
This coming January, Diamond Resorts brings the world of golf and entertainment to Orlando for an unforgettable week of sports and excitement. For 2019, we are proud to present a brand new event, the Diamond Resorts Tournament of Champions. An official LPGA championship and the tour season opener, the Diamond Resorts Tournament of Champions brings back a championship the LPGA hasn't had in over a decade, but completely reimagined. It won't feature the top LPGA field in the world, with only tour winners from the past 2 seasons qualifying to play. World-class celebrities will join the world's top pro female golfers to play side-by-side for separate persons. The ladies playing for $1.2 million in official prize money, and the celebrities competing for their own $500,000 purse. 10 amateurs will also qualify to play alongside the stars during official tournament rounds at Tranquilo Golf Club at Four Seasons Resort, Orlando. This unique event, with the LPGA pros playing 72 holes of stroke play, will be nationally televised on Golf Channel and NBC. But nothing can beat experiencing the excitement firsthand.
I get to come out here and see a lot of folks that I grew up watching play baseball, watching play football, and get to actually be side by side, hang out with them. So it's really exciting for me.
The action doesn't stop when the sun goes down.
The events at night are just so much fun to attend.
The party was fantastic. I stayed away from John Davies, so I was able to remember everything today.
Our star-studded evening events are packed with entertainment, chef-inspired meals, and headlining concerts.
I think this event, with the money that they've raised the last few years and what they're going to continue to raise with the people who show up, it's an incredible thing.
As with every year, net proceeds from the live and silent auctions will go to nominated charities and good causes. In just 4 short years, the tournament has helped raise over $3.1 million for charity. We'll be taking things up a notch for 2019.
Diamond Resorts does such a good job with putting on these events, and every year this event gets bigger and bigger.
Well, it's truly one of the top events we get to play in all year long.
Will you be part of the action?
Well, you can see, it's very diverse, and we do claim to be the biggest party on tour. It's golf by day, it's entertainment by night, and that'll lead me into my first question, Lindsay.
Yes,
You are
Brian.
just coming off a Keith Urban tour. Tell us the big difference between playing for 50,000 or the 300 Diamond members you'll be playing for tonight.
You know, anytime we get to spend some time at a Diamond property, it always feels like home. I mean, you check in and they're like, "Welcome home, Miss L." And I mean, playing for 50,000 people in front of Keith Urban is incredible, but being able to play an intimate show in front of Diamond Resort goers, and just to be able to let them get away from their lives. And you know, we played a show here at the Foundry a few weeks ago, and we had people up dancing, and we had people, you know, raising their babies in the sky, and it was just like we can let them forget about life for a minute and let them enjoy their vacation.
That's really nice, thank you. Mark Rippon, it's not often you get 2 Super Bowl MVPs up on the same stage. They weren't MVPs of the same game, obviously.
He beat my Skins, though.
Yes, he did beat your Skins. Mark, tell us, well, first of all, we all kind of witnessed history from a sports standpoint last night. I know you know Drew very well. What do you think of what he was able to do last night?
Well, anyone who watched the game just saw really a reflection of Drew Brees, what he thinks about his teammates, what he thinks about his family, what he thinks about the NFL. He's just the humility of going about his business and doing the things that he does on the football field, giving credit to others. It's always we. You know, there's never I in anything he has, and he gives so much credit to his teammates, his coaching staff, and that just came across. I think every one of us saw that last night, and you know, that's just amazing for a guy that literally, you know, 10 years ago did something to his shoulder. No one thought he'd even come back and play, and not only play, but play to such a high level. And just so happy for him, happy for his family, and what he said to his boys and his daughter and his wife, that, hey, you can accomplish anything. Pick something, you can accomplish anything. Greatness is out there for you to get, and that's just Drew Brees in a nutshell.
Speaking of greatness, Mark, I think over the last 2 or 3 years, you've been able to play with Lexi and Brooke and Brittany. Tell us, I mean, I know it's the same, but these ladies are good. What can you add?
Well, I think the uniqueness of this event, and one of the things that it's this is going to propel itself to one of the top televised events, because people are going to be very intrigued and interested about the combination of champions. The PGA has their Tournament of Champions in Hawaii, and the LPGA has never had or given an opportunity to honor their champions in the past. And this is what's going to happen this week in January, is we're going to give a chance to honor these girls, these ladies, and as champions for the last couple of years, and also promote the athletes that are champions in their own way, and to have such a unique event and to have it come together in one week in Orlando, Florida, Tranquillo, is just going to be spectacular. And having watched, I think, each and every one of us, and I don't know if you play, Lindsay, but we just really enjoy watching these gals in the driving range.
She's a plus two.
Yes.
Yeah, we went over that.
As an entertainer, she's a plus two. Change your handicap. But so when we're out there in the driving range, it's beautiful to watch these ladies swing, because they take it back so easy and they finish so smooth, and the ball goes 270, 280 yards, and we grind to just hit it as hard as we can. It goes 250 yards, and it's frustrating, So we can learn a lot from them. It's wonderful to see them and the grace and the beauty that they bring to the game, and to have Michelle Wee, Lexi Thompson, Brittany Linscomb, Jessica Korda, Brooke Henderson. How could I forget our Canadian gal?
Wait a second. We got
Thank you very much.
a good, real quick Brooke story. Our CEO, Mike Flasky, was paired with Brooke and Larry Fitzgerald of the Arizona Cardinals on Friday last year. It was the tale of 6 different types of weather: rain, sleet, snow, hot, and she's grinding. They finished the round, and she had shot a 66 on the boys, and they said, holy heck, she is quite a player. But thank you for that, Mark. We appreciate that.
Yeah, you bet. Well, she's Canadian too. She's used to playing in that.
You know what's interesting too?
That's very true.
You know what's true? When Brooke won the Canadian Tour event up in Regina, she was saying how playing in that tournament with us, with the celebrities, and with the Champions Tour, really helped her propel herself and get better when she played against the men. And it really it took her to a different level, I think, mentally. So when she finished and played as well as she did with the Champions Tour, she felt like she can go back onto the Women's Tour and really take advantage of that. And she had a great year.
As a matter of fact, Brittany Lincecum came out of our event year before last and won the first week on tour down at the Pure Silk of Bahamas. So exactly true.
I'd just like to add one other thing. We'd love to welcome Lindsay to the Diamond team. Welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Marcus and I, and also to honor Brian Gay, because this thing started with the Brian Gay Invitational, and Marcus and I played in the first event, and Jeremy's been there since, and kudos to him. He's an ambassador also, and just a great guy, and doing really, really well on the PGA Tour, and it's fun to see him get back on top again.
That's very nice, Mark. We do miss Brian right now. He's home getting ready to go again in Orlando. Jeremy, big question. Las Vegas media, national media here. You're with NBC, obviously, after your storied career. What the heck went down in Vegas last year?
Nobody knows what happened. Nobody can explain what happened last year in the National Hockey League. I think we were so proud as a league to welcome the first professional sports team here in Las Vegas. And I think there was a lot of people around the world who didn't think that a professional sports team could live in Las Vegas. So coming out here and getting the Knights ingrained into this community was really exciting. Not having any idea what was going to happen. Not having any idea that this team was going to take some certain unfortunate incidents that happened here in Las Vegas October 1st with that terrible shooting and then the loss of 58 lives and whatever else happened after that. It was a terrible tragedy here. But what the Knights did is they came in right around that same time and getting ready to start their season. And what they did is they ingrained themselves into a community that was hurting, into a community that needed somebody for support, needed an outlet for for some grieving and some smiles on their faces. And what the Knights did is they came in here and they bonded together as a team of misfits, literally getting booted off of their home clubs the year before, now joined as a team, entering a city that was hurting, and what they did is they bonded like no professional sports team that I've ever seen. And they ran with energy, they played with heart, they played with a determination and a pride for the city that I don't think anybody's ever seen an expansion team in any sport do. They almost pulled off probably one of the biggest historic events of all time in all of sports, being an expansion team that wins a championship, to go all the way to the final. And I was in this building, and when I tell you that this city was one of the most exciting places to watch a hockey game in my life in the first year of existence, that's unheard of, to get that kind of energy in 1 year. It's like one big nightclub here at T-Mobile Arena, and when people go to that arena to watch a hockey game, they don't just get a hockey game, they get an experience. And the players on that ice make sure that they give everything that they have to make sure that that money that goes into those tickets that those people pay for is 100% worth it. And I think that's what the National Hockey League brings. And the Knights have been probably one of the biggest phenom teams across all of sports. Everywhere I go in the country, I see a Knights shirt, a Knights hat. I was actually doing a game up in Clinton, New York, which is up near Utica, New York, and I was doing a Kraft Hockeyville game. Buffalo Sabres were playing the Carolina Hurricanes, and I was doing an interview with a little kid, and he was sitting on the glass. I said, does watching this game make you want to become an NHL hockey player? He goes, he was about 9 years old. He says, yes. I said, well, what team would you want to play for? And he said, the Golden Knights. And I thought that was just absolutely spectacular, that 1 year, here's a 9-year-old in New York that wants to be a Las Vegas Golden Knight. So you imagine the impact that it's done to a lot of people. But I had one of the best times I've ever had covering an NHL final.
We watched it. It was great.
It would have been amazing.
Well,
It would have been amazing if they would have won it for sure.
That's really well said, JR. Well, if that was the tidal wave, what the heck is going to be the earthquake? In the words of the greatest Raider of all time, Marcus Allen, what should this city be braced for when Raider Nation comes to town?
Well, I hope the Raiders have an inaugural season like the Golden Knights. That would be great, and hopefully capped off with a win. I talked to Mark Davis the other day, and he's just so excited about the team in Las Vegas, and rightfully so. Many of you, I don't know if you guys know this, that they played in, well, the San Diego Chargers and the Raiders have played in the two oldest stadiums in the league, I think built respectively in the 60s. So the rest of the league was in these state-of-the-art facilities, and now the Raiders will be in a state-of-the-art facility as well that is, in my opinion, commensurate to their brand, because I think they're one of the greatest brands in professional sports, and now they're here in Las Vegas. So I'm excited for them. I can't wait to be here. I can't wait to see them play here. They certainly, have to play a little better. I think they're going to turn things around this year, but I think when they get here, they'll have a team that Las Vegas will certainly be proud of, and I'm looking forward to it. So.
That's awesome. Well, we have time for one or two quick questions if anybody has something burning before the one-on-ones. But before I forget, Major Football, I wanted to announce that we are excited as heck to announce a new presenting sponsor of the event, and it's Insurance Office of America. And their chairman, John Ridnour, who wishes he could be here today, along with the president of IOA Sports, Paul Garofalo, cannot wait to go on this journey with us. And they, again, are the new presenting sponsor for the next 3 years of the event. So as you can see, our big, huge family here is ready to welcome you as the world descends on Orlando in January of 2019. Steve, team, my team, thank you very, very much for coming out and supporting us this morning. The guys and ladies will be available for one-on-ones immediately following, but I really appreciate your time this morning. See you soon.
Okay, we're gonna pose some pictures with the principals right here for about 60, 90 seconds, and then media, you get your one-on-ones, and everybody's gonna stick around. If you need anything else, come to me.